Adri here. Welcome to, I don't know, what is this, to be honest. I am like just talking randomly to my cell phone because I like talking randomly. But anyways, today I am going to talk about the guinea pigs, or at least in the next few days we are going to be talking about the guinea pigs. I know that in my previous videos I have been showing to you about Pancho and Juan. I unfortunately have the bad news if you did not know, and if you do not follow me through Instagram. Pancho unfortunately passed away on June 8th. He had been battling a lot with problems with his lungs. He had a congenital disease with his eye, which, not congenital disease, is basically like autoimmune conjunctivitis, conjuntivitis, that's in Spanish. Basically, his eye was always dry. He always had trouble actually breathing. And unfortunately, he did not die peacefully. He actually suffered quite a bit at the end. And unfortunately, well, he passed away. I have placed him already in a cemetery where his ashes have been already dispersed in nature. And unfortunately, well, I do feel very sad. I still feel very, very big the loss of Pancho. And Juan has been very sad too, of course, because Pancho is gone. He's not basically anymore with his friend. But in the next few days, on Wednesday this week, we are gonna go and pick up 3 more guinea pigs, which are gonna be female guinea pigs. They are baby guinea pigs, so they are not adult guinea pigs. I actually made the effort of basically getting myself female guinea pigs. Today, actually, the reason why am I recording this video is because I'm feeling like super nervous because Juan is actually getting castrated. You know, as operations go and with small animals, you know that it might be a little bit difficult or problems can ensue. But as far as I know, and I trust Juan a lot, my guinea pig, and the vet too. Juan is a very, very healthy guinea pig. He actually was not born with any autoimmune diseases with him. Basically, like he has in 2 to 3 years, he has gotten sick once, only once. And basically it has been like sometimes like here and there, like going to the doctor because he poked his eye in a hay rack or something like that. So just making sure that he gets the medicine and everything. But basically, like, Juan has been a relatively very healthy guinea pig, which I am actually like super happy about it. Now, with the castration, and on Wednesday, I cannot put my guinea pig immediately with female guinea pigs. That means that I have to wait 6 to 7 weeks. Well, I'm gonna be waiting 7 weeks just to make sure that he doesn't have anything left. And when he humps the female guinea pigs, that he's not gonna get them pregnant. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide the big cage into 2 cages where the female guinea pigs are gonna be living together, but Juan is going to be very close to them. So I'm gonna have like another cage outside where Juan can actually already start smelling the female guinea pigs and get very acquaintance. The reason why I actually got myself like this smaller guinea pigs is because their characters have not developed that much. That means that Juan being the oldest one, that he can be the alpha of the herd. And then the other female guinea pigs are going to basically like see around how they're going to be like the, you know, like the hierarchy of who's going to be the next boss and everything. Of course, with everything, with guinea pigs, a lot of people think that castration with guinea pigs is just basically like, oh, we're castrating it and his attitude is going to change completely. Guinea pigs are not like dogs. So basically guinea pigs are not going to change their shitty little attitude. I call them the shitty little attitude. But their personality do not change just because you castrate them. They will still continue be. If your guinea pig was an asshole, he will continue being an asshole at the end of the day. So basically, he's not going to change his attitude. With dogs and cats, of course, their personality kind of like changes, but with guinea pigs, they don't. So it doesn't make any difference if they actually are castrated or not. It can happen a fallout once the guinea pigs are actually, the female guinea pigs are actually adults. It can happen at any time or at any point. So guinea pigs are very unpredictable in that sense. So yeah, so you are going to accompany me this week to actually get myself some guinea pigs. And I am going to be talking to you about the process of how I'm going to be doing the introduction. Juan is going to be completely separated from the female guinea pigs. I don't know how things are going to go. So at the end, I'm going to be having 4 guinea pigs. I am excited, nervous. I don't know if it's something that is going to work out. I don't know how is it going to be with the cage. How is it going to be with everything, honestly. So we'll see how everything goes at the end. But yeah, this is going to be the guinea pig video. I know so that I have been talking about the guinea pigs a little bit, and basically this is going to be an all over episode, I think. I honestly don't have much of like a timeline of the things that I want to do. Basically right now my life is a little bit like upside down, especially after the death of Pancho. It's kind of like I feel a little bit like, oh, okay, I have to see what I have to do. How am I going to proceed with the stuff that I actually want to do? We have so many expenses. We did not expect the death of our guinea pig. So basically like at the moment it's kind of like, oh my god, this is so much expenses that we're having, like we had due to the vet. Guinea pigs can get very expensive for being small animals. Like at the end, once they get really, really badly sick and you're trying to rescue them at the end of like, so they don't die on you, yeah, they can get very expensive. So anyways, unfortunately, well, Pancho passed away, and then I have 1 guinea pig, which is Juan, which is completely alone. Now, Juan really needs to have company because guinea pigs are species that really like staying together, like they need a group. So I don't want my guinea pig to actually be alone. He has always had a partner. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we are picking up 3 baby guinea pigs. This is from the same lady that I actually got Pancho and Juan from, and she actually has like these 3 girl guinea pigs. Juan was yesterday castrated on Monday, and he is going to still be separated from the girl guinea pigs because, well, I don't want to have a herd of guinea pigs at home or more than the ones that I'm gonna have. So yes, I am a little bit nervous. I am a little bit like, I have a lot of stuff to do. I want to procrastinate. I want to just basically just go like, nah, I'll leave it for tomorrow. But I can't because the guinea pigs are coming tomorrow. That means that there's a lot of things that I haven't done after Pancho died. Like I have a box of hay that Pancho and Juan, before Pancho died, they both were actually completely making a havoc of that. They went in on the hay box again, they broke in, they peed and pooed inside it, and basically I was feeling so sad because it's kind of like that was the Pancho's favorite spot and I did not want it to actually clean it. But now that I think about it, it's already time. I'm so sorry, it has been 2 weeks. It is already time for me to clean this stuff, to actually like get my guinea pig life together, you know? So basically now I'm going to clean the cage. I am going to separate Juan from the bigger cage. And tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, I am going to be picking up the 3 guinea pigs. The 3 female guinea pigs. Pancho is going to be 7 weeks separated from them. The good thing, because they're still baby guinea pigs and they still have not developed in a full adulthood, that means that I can still actually introduce them without much any trouble. The trouble is when it would have been a male baby guinea pig, and then when the male baby guinea pig develops into a full-grown adult guinea pig, then probably the personality might change. They might have a fallout, with the girl guinea pigs or female guinea pigs, it doesn't change that much. So they can actually, like, the hierarchies can go much more easy. hopefully, like I was saying at the beginning, their attitudes do not change just because a male guinea pig has been castrated or not. So that's why I say like their shitty little attitudes still continue being the same attitudes. That proves that you can still be an asshole in your life without never mind. Anyways, yeah, so accompany me and we together are gonna clean the guinea pig cage and let's have some fun. So currently my house, it's a mess again. Like I said, my apartment is very small, so having guinea pigs is kind of like a luxury on space. So Juan is over here, which he's going to be completely by himself on this huge cage. I do have like a smaller cage, but I do feel very bad putting him in a smaller cage. So I want him to actually have space to roam free, have some hay, some water, and everything. And tomorrow, the ladies are coming, and basically, this is like the normal cage that Pancho and Juan have been having. Tomorrow, I'll place the bottle of water once they're here, the hay, and some fresh vegetables so they can actually get used to it. And as you see, I have placed like something over here. This has the smell of Juan. The cage still has the smell of Juan the guinea pig, but over here they will be able to communicate through here. So Juan is going to be very capable of smelling the ladies over here, and the ladies will be able to smell Juan through and through. So they're going to get very used to each other, especially like the cages are right next to each other. So basically I am hoping that at the end they're gonna take along, and basically like tomorrow I'll pick them up. This is the pet carrier, this is the hay, this is everything that I'm gonna put here tomorrow. So I'm hoping that everything is gonna turn out fine, and we'll see how. Yeah, I'm honestly very nervous. I don't know how everything will turn out to be, but we'll see. Are you angry right now that I'm not giving you food, my baby? I know. I'm tired. I did a lot of stuff. My back is starting to hurt. I think I should not have overdone it, but I did. Ha! Because, arthritis and overdoing stuff, it's actually really good. But yeah. Anyways, I have received a lot of questions about fleeces of the guinea pigs in my Instagram. And I personally do like using fleeces because, well, first of all, they're eco-friendly, they're reusable, you can rewash them, and they basically don't get ruined that quickly. Especially if you buy, for example, this, it's called Stroi, I don't know, the flakes or Carefresh or anything like that. You have to throw it, and it's quite, like, with time it actually gets very expensive. The fleeces, I change them around depending on how bad it gets, but I actually change them every 3 to 4 days, which the Carefresh, I used to actually change it every 5 days, so 1 day less is actually like meh. But sometimes I don't actually wash the fleeces like every 3 days. Sometimes it happens that I just wash one, I wash the two together or something like that. So yeah, the fleeces is actually something very, very eco-friendly for the guinea pigs. They actually don't chew on them, which is actually really good. Well, at least like the previous guinea pigs didn't do it, but we have to see how the new guinea pigs actually are going to react to the fleeces. Basically what I like about it is that yes, of course, it is very expensive the first time that you buy it. But with every use that you have, it actually like in the long run, actually it will get cheaper and cheaper. So you don't have to throw the fleeces away. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, but what about the stank? What about this? What about that? I use vinegar when I wash my fleeces, and that actually helps a lot to take the smell down by a ton. It's so, of course, it's like you have to clean the guinea pig cage. You have to actually like scoop the poops. You cannot just simply leave everything like there. Like, for example, when it's the Care Fresh, right? You have to actually swipe the fleeces every morning and every night, or at least once a day, to actually scoop the poops, throw them away, so you know they can still have like a very clean cage. Now, the more guinea pigs you have, the messier the cage is gonna get. The less guinea pigs you have, then the less messy it's gonna get. So basically, like, you know how it rolls. So yeah, like I personally do recommend guinea pig fleeces. Now for washing, I use this special, how is it called? It's like it's a bag. So it's a very big bag where I actually like I shake the fleece, as you saw previously in this video, that I actually shake the fleeces. I basically let the hay basically fall on the floor and everything, you know, like, because basically I can pass the vacuum cleaner, which I have. I pass the vacuum cleaner, I scoop around a little bit just to see like if something has been left, but basically like that's not a whole big deal. I don't want my clothes to actually have guinea pig hair, so what I do is I put the fleeces that I use in this pet wash bag, so the hair doesn't come out into the washing machine. Because with time, if you do not wash your fleeces without this pet wash, then with time you can actually ruin your washing machine by having too much pet hair, and I don't want that. So even though my washing machine does actually have pet hair removal, I still like to actually like wash it with a pet wash bag, so the hairs don't go in my clothing, especially the black clothing that I owe. Well, my boyfriend owes black clothing, so I don't. So basically it's like I don't mind it, but yeah, just in case, you know. But in overall, I am super excited for tomorrow. I don't know how is it going to be. There's gonna be a lot of sexual tension, especially Juan, who has never been with a woman before. I know that there's gonna be a lot of sexual tension, and I cannot wait for this 7 weeks to be over, because my house is gonna be a mess, a total mess. But you know, like, why not? I guess that's what I subscribed myself for when I wanted to have guinea pigs anyways. So yeah, we'll see how it is. I am excited, nervous. I guess I have said this already so many times. And see you tomorrow. Hi everybody, good morning. Today we are gonna go and pick up the new guinea pigs that are gonna be the new sisters, or well, not sisters, but you know, girlfriends of Juancito. And this boy is really hungry at the moment, but I'm sorry, my darling. We are gonna go and pick up your sisters, and afterwards we are gonna give you something to eat. Yes, my baby. So yeah, I am super excited. We're gonna see how everything goes, which I think it's gonna go flawless. My positive way of thinking, it says that it's gonna go flawless, but we'll see. Anyways, I am gonna go and pick up the guinea pigs now. We'll see how everything goes. I am nervous. It's gonna be 3 females. I still have not chosen the names. I'm still thinking about the names of being female scientists. I have thought about giving them Mexican revolutionary female leaders, or I don't know. I'll see. I don't know. It's 3 females. I might actually even change one's name, um, depending on how I name the females. But probably one will stay one. Probably. But yeah, we'll see. But yay! I am so excited. Guinea pig time! Squeak, squeak. So currently the guinea pigs are very shy, of course. I just had them for 2 days. They are eating, they're drinking water. They're still very shy, so they still hide and everything. Juancito, well, he got castrated on Monday. And yeah, we have to see, like, of course, like how he's going to react afterwards with the new guinea pigs. Afterwards, I'm gonna make the introduction and all after 7 weeks. So I'm just wondering how things are gonna go. But yeah, there's I'm thinking that there's going to be quite a lot of squeaking. In the next few days, I am going to start handling the guinea pigs a little bit more so they can stop being a little bit shy. I'm going to change the fleeces. So Juan is going to be using some of the fleeces where the new guinea pigs are so he can actually start smelling them, and the other guinea pigs to start smelling him. So we'll see how things go. Wish me luck. So I just finished plying this, not plying, but I did it on the Nitty Naughty. And as you guys know, I'm a beginner spinner. I will call myself a beginner spinner. I wouldn't say myself that I'm super expert or anything. I went to spinning classes this year again. I have spun before. I tried actually first with a drop spindle, and I stopped with the drop spindle because the one that I got was actually had a very sharp tip, and when I was doing this while I was sitting down, it actually fell into my right leg and stabbed me. So, and then blood was coming out from this. I was like, I have never had injuries with the crafting supplies, and that was actually one of my first injuries that I had. Then later on, I went to this spinning class, which I have a lot to say about that spinning class. I don't know, maybe I will talk to you about it a little bit later in this episode. But anyways, I have finished plying, basically like making this as a skein, or winding it as a skein. But let me show you one finished ball of yarn that I have already washed and hanged and everything and dried. And this is actually this one. And this is basically how it looks. And let me see, like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert spinner. I am not as awesome as, for example, Sukrita or Witchcrafty Lady, but here it is. This is how it looks. And I'm planning to make a shawl, to knit a shawl. It smells really good, actually. I'm planning to knit a shawl with this yarn, and at the same time, I'm just basically learning how to basically spin, ply, and yeah. But I think I have actually injured myself last night because I was actually spinning yesterday night, and actually my shoulder is starting to hurt, my right shoulder, and this is the one that I actually use to, you know, like draft. And the back of my shoulder, like over here, I don't know, like, you know, this is like the flattest part. I'm feeling like if the blood circulation is not actually like flowing there. So yeah, it hurts a bit. I mean, it doesn't hurt, it's just basically kind of like very uncomfortable, kind of like this tingling sensation on the back of my shoulder, like on the back, but in the shoulder. I don't know, like I'm thinking about going to an orthopedist and get that checked, but I'm just too lazy to go to doctors because I already go to doctors all the time because, you know, like my injury and my arthritis and everything. So kind of like, I know that he's gonna tell me that it's because of the arthritis anyways. So yeah, so I'm gonna go and dunk this in water for a few hours, and then I'm gonna hang it, and then I'm gonna show you to you how it looks while I hang it outside. Especially now that it's actually summer, I have actually realized that I actually like spinning more when it's summer, and I like knitting more or crocheting more when it's winter. It's actually very interesting, like how the seasons actually make me change the craft that I do. So for example, one of the things that I am thinking to do, it's actually like I should grab weaving, because weaving, you know, like you don't have the big cloth with you, like when you knit or crochet a sweater, like on top of you, or a shawl. I'm thinking about like going back to weaving, but the thing is that I am running out of space. This house is a mess, especially with this 7 weeks that I'm gonna actually be taking care of the 3 small piggies and 1 big piggy. That makes it a little bit challenging to, you know, keep the house a little bit organized. But yeah, so I'm gonna go and wash this, and I'll show it to you later on how it looks while it's drying. Then, moment. So this is how the wool looks like. I have hung it already for 2 days, And yeah, so let me show you. This is how I have plied it. Like I said, I'm still a beginner spinner, but I think it still looks really nice though. And this is how the skein looks, that it's already washed and dried. I'm actually like enjoying summer a lot because with spinning you can wash your yarn and dry it, and it will dry very quickly than in comparison to, for example, in winter. Like I said, I am still a beginner spinner. My plying still doesn't look as awesome as as an expert spinner. I still do have, like, for example, areas in which I did not spin this properly, or like it looks a little bit felted, but you know, I tried. And that is the point, to keep practicing spinning. I feel that I have learned a lot from it. How the fibers react when you actually touch them, when you wash it, everything. So it's actually, I think it's really beautiful, and I might actually like start already knitting something with this. I still don't know what, but I'll see what I'll do. So this is the second skein, and here is the first skein that I did from the Malabrigo Nube that Mr. Mochi gave me as a gift. So these are the two skeins, and I'm just gonna wound up this in a ball, and then I can show you. So like I said, this is the first skein I did of yarn, and now this is the second one. This one actually looks a little bit less colorful than the first one, but you know, I think that is what happens with hand-dyed yarn, that colors may vary even if they are from the same color party. So yeah, that is how the wool that I have been spinning looks like. I still have more wool to spin, and I'm excited to weigh them and to see how much or what I can make with it. So yeah. Adri here, and today I actually, after talking about the guinea pigs and all of this stuff, I have been thinking, okay, probably that this is becoming a podcast now that I think about it. I'm not going to be only talking about the guinea pigs. So I thought, you know, there has always been the question of how do I wind my balls of yarn so they don't actually get themselves into a tangled mess, right? And it was something that it was very interesting because for me, I have had very like ups and downs every time I wind up a yarn. So sometimes it happens that when I'm winding my yarn, it's like a complete mess. Sometimes I actually have to like there's like this very intricate spider web type of thing that I have to untangle. And there's sometimes the time that actually nothing relatively happens and everything is just basically really easy, very untangly, very like really nothing else happens. So I thought, why not show you how I actually wind the balls of yarn? So I thought, sure, why not? Because I actually have to wind. I have to turn some yarn into some cakes. Well, not cakes, but basically like a ball of yarn. Also, thinking about it, I have not told you, I am actually working on a project. And this project, it is actually called the Teresa shawl. I'm gonna kind of show it to you, but the thing is that this is a wool that I actually got from the Lana box, and it's from line Amour. So like basically it's this brand of yarn is from an indie dyer from France. Actually, like I was supposed to use the gray one that I have been using from another Lana box, and unfortunately like I used it for another project, and yeah, so I only had 2 balls of yarn on the terracotta color, and basically this is how it looks at the moment. Now the details are looking like this. At some point I will show it to you how is it going to look all completely finished. So I decided, okay, I don't have enough wool from the Lana box, so I thought, okay, I need the same weight, but the other wool that I wanted to use was kind of like, it was the same weight, but it was not the same, it was not going to give me the same beauty that this wool is giving me. So I actually went to repurchase wool from this Lane Amour, and it's the same weight, it's the same brand that she has been using, just in color natural, which is just a natural fiber from it. Anyways, I have a critique to this indie dyer. Girl, look, I purchased wool from you. It has been a pain in the ass. Please, next time when you send some wool, could you please not put glitter on the paper when you send it? Because I don't want to have glittery wool. The reason why I order wool is because I don't want to have glittery wool. If I want to have glitter in my wool, then I will dump this on a glitter barrel myself, and that's it. But please, like next time, just don't put glitter on the package inside. It's a pain in the ass. I still have glitter on my floor, and it's not fun. So just please, Lane Amour, just don't put glitter. Please don't. Please. Anyways, that's my rant. That's all. Don't put glitter on your wool, because it's a pain in the ass to actually take it off. Anyways, so obviously you normally unwind your yarn like this. What I like about this is that she actually uses like this really nice fiber over here, so you can just simply take it off. Nothing special. And then there's this thing. This over here. Now, a lot of people, what they do is that they just basically put it on the umbrella. I will call it like an umbrella. But what I like actually doing is to put my hands inside the wool and start basically doing this. And I do this several times. It's because I just want the wool to become a little bit less compact from itself, to let the fibers just basically like extend themselves and just go where they were supposed to be, and then you just have something like really nicely draping like this. And then what I do is that I put it on the umbrella. Now let me show you a few things that I like doing so I don't get tangles when I try to wind up. So anyways, this is my umbrella. I am so sorry. I don't want to show that much how much mess I have on my desk, and I have to still stabilize this. So anyways, what I like to do, let me put this a little bit more over here. Let's see, yes. So anyways, this is the umbrella. And what I like doing, it's basically extending it a little bit, but not so much. And remember that we have basically done this, right? Please don't move. So anyways, remember that we have done basically the shaking of the skein of yarn and everything. So what I start doing is that basically I just wrap it around here, making sure that basically like all the fibers are all completely straight. And then I completely extend this to its maximum level. I know, not right now, like this is not gonna be used to completely wind up the ball of yarn. It's just simply what I'm gonna do at the moment is just searching, it's just searching where I have to cut. So for example, this things over here that actually keep the yarn stuck to itself, basically making sure that what I'm cutting is not the middle of the stuff. So anyways, so what happens here is that many people basically, you have two options. You either have two strands over here. One is the beginning and one is the end. Now you have to understand when you see, one of the things that I like doing is that basically checking one of the strands, which is the one that actually goes off easier. And I discovered that this one is the one that goes easier off, while the other one, when you look at it, it goes not so easy. So it goes over here on the lower part. That means that this is not the correct way to unwind the yarn. Now, because you see that this is a very, very, very fine yarn, this is a lace weight. I will call it lace, or maybe not lace, maybe 2-ply or sports weight, I will call it. So, sorry. So what I do with this one is that I actually wrap another strand of different yarn in here and then put it on my ball winder. So this one doesn't actually slip off when I am actually trying to wind the ball. So anyways, like I was saying, I actually grab a thicker strand of yarn. So if you see, this is actually for a 4 to a 5 millimeter wool needle, sorry, crochet hook needle. So what I do is actually I fold it in two, and then I just basically put the strand of yarn over here, and then I just simply wrapped it around, and then just go like this, and then it fits perfectly, just simply like, basically like this. I don't create any knot, I just simply want this to be a little bit like loosened, because at the end I want to be able to separate these two things. So let me show you what I do. Like I was saying, is do this, and then I actually place it. I want it to be tight because I don't want this to actually, oops, sorry. So I want this to be tight. So I don't want this to slip at all. So if you've seen, basically now I have a very tight grip in my ball of on my ball winder. So this is not going to actually completely go. So basically what I do is just do this. Now I arrange my ball winder to actually start spinning, and we hopefully are gonna get a very good strand of a very good ball of yarn. And what I do now is I loosen up the umbrella that I was actually doing, so the wool is actually not so tense, and that will become now my my ball of yarn. So basically what I do is basically loosening it up a bit more, so just for the strands to fall a little bit more so it doesn't have any tension. And basically we are going to start winding the yarn, so accompany me. So yeah, that's basically how I get a no tangle or tangle free winding of a ball of yarn. And basically I will repeat this again one more time, and that's all. So I hope this has helped you a little bit, and now you know a little bit of how to basically wind your ball of your skeins of yarn into a ball of yarn with the ball winder. So yeah, anyways, I hope this has been helpful. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know. I've been not having the energy lately to film. I have not had the energy of many things lately. I'm a bit on the defense because since January 2019, if you do not know, we have been having a very big discussion about Black Indigenous people of color, about diversity in the knitting, in the crochet, in the basically in the crafting community. I have not spoken about it in my channel in the last episodes. I always thought like I do want to take my activism and just concentrate it normally in Instagram. You see, one of the things that actually like really can get to you is the fact that when you confront racism every single day of your life. For the last 9 years, I have been living in Germany, and I have confronted so much racism throughout the 9 years that I've been living here. From you should go back home, to I am gonna kill you effing N-word, to I'm so glad that you're not like the other foreigners, or for being a foreigner, you're really good at what you're doing, to microaggressions in front of people, and the people who are with me thinking that I am just overreacting. Now, after the diversity talk in Instagram, it made me realize how much I have been confronted with racism. I'm not even gonna talk to you about even just the problems that I had when I was a kid living back in my country. And the fact that even everything that is happening with the Trump administration, and yes, I am going to say it, with this current US administration, seeing how my people, how Latinos are being treated, it just breaks my heart, you know? And it just simply, it takes an emotional toll, you know? Media villainizes us as uneducated people. Um, People just basically not understanding that sometimes living conditions are not that good. Some people, yes, are fleeing because of violence, but there is economical fleeing, that there's not enough money for you, you know? And it's just simply heartbreaking, you know? Now, this channel mostly is about crafting, you know, about the things, what I cook, what I do in my everyday life, and all of this stuff. But I cannot stay quiet any longer about my experiences, about what have I experienced here in Germany. I've been thinking about making this video in German too. I just don't know how to say the majority of things that I can say in English and in German. Since moving to Germany back in 2010, I have confronted with the fact of people telling me what do I gain from the government. That the reason why I'm here, it's because, well, the government needs to look good. And that's why they accept foreigners like me. Basically, in the knitting world, in the crafting world in Germany, it has been very hard. I have talked in Instagram about my experience, about a spinning class that I went to. And throughout all of these years, my partner and I, we have talked a lot about the confrontations I get in the daily basis. The funny thing is that when I am with my partner outside, you know, like basically like shopping for some wool, nobody tells me anything to my face. But when my partner is not there, that's when things switch like this with me. It's a 180-degree turn. When people realize that I am a brown woman who's on a yarn shop buying wool for herself. I have gotten comments from, "Are you sure you can afford that? The sale pile is over there. Could you show us your hands and your pockets, because we want to make sure that you're not stealing stuff." Which is very heartbreaking, honestly, because I want to feel welcome in the crafting world, you know? I want to feel like I belong somewhere too, that I want to share my passion of yarn with other people. My passion of creating stuff, my passion of having ideas of patterns and colors and everything. And it's just so sad that by being a brown person or a person of color, you are already targeted as someone who does not have money, someone who's not educated, someone who might not speak the language properly, someone that they don't make an effort of actually talking to you to try to understand you, who you are. I am not exaggerating when I say that I confront microaggressions every day. From the fact that sometimes when I say that I come from Latin America, in Germany, I am often sexualized as like I should be more hot and spicy. And in the knitting world, or in the crafting world, it is more like, you people craft, you know? It's just, what is it so out of the extraordinary that a Black person, that an indigenous person, that a Latino, that an Asian knit or craft at all? Crafting has been there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years for many, many cultures. So why is it impressive to see a person of color, a Black indigenous person of color, doing some knitting, you know, or weaving or crafting or spinning yarn? These are things that just we enjoy as people, you know? And it's just, it is just sad, honestly, that just because of your race, you are already put on a box of who you are without people honestly asking you or taking the time of getting to know you as a person, you know? Even on the outside from the fiber community, we Latinos are very racist too. I'm calling that out. We are. We are very ruthless when it comes to the fact of, you know, indigenous people, Afro Latinos, or any Afro person, you know. And these are things that have been ingrained in our society so much, you know. We need to make a change in our crafting community, yes. It's not about staying away from politics. It's confronting the fact that your biases of all those Mexicans or all those people or those, you know, we're not here to make life harder for anyone, you know. This is something that I get confronted quite often in Germany, is that you're just here to make the country worse. I work, I pay my taxes. I think I'm not like a model citizen, but yeah, you know, like I do what every other German person does. Work, pay my taxes, pay my apartment. I don't have any debts. Yeah, like I am a normal, regular person. Unfortunately, yes, every person is different, you know. There is bad people. in the world. And I'm not gonna say that only Latinos are bad people. No, like there's bad white people, there's bad black people, there's bad indigenous people, and there's bad people of color. But just because there's bad apples in every race, that does not mean that the majority of us are bad. You know? As a foreigner, I have made so much effort to integrate into the German society. I've made paramount of effort to change who I am, to dial back down the way I am, to be less myself, because I've been told several times that I am too exotic, I am too different. People don't want to be friends with me because it's just too much to deal with, you know? The fact that it has taken me almost 5 years of my relationship with my boyfriend for him to realize that people do treat me differently because of who I am, you know? That the things that he see as professional and snippy and snappy to me are not that way for me, you know? We make a lot of effort as people of color, as Black Indigenous people of color, to make things better, not only for us, but for the people, for the new generations of crafters, you know? I'm sorry that I'm very emotional. I feel that I'm not even having like a direction of where I'm talking at the moment. It's just that we're trying to make the community better. This is not about political correctness. This is not about anything than to tell you that white supremacy is shit. It's to tell you to stop being an asshole, you know? Those biases are not good. Because you don't gain anything from it, okay? You feel empowered of a person who hasn't had the same privileges as you. And that gives you power. You have better chances of surviving a police officer than I do. How selfish can you be to say that that is okay for you? How selfish can you be that you say to us to stick to our needles, to stick to knitting, to stick to crafting, when we want to be represented too? Do we want to have the same opportunities as a white knitter to sell a pattern, you know? Why is it that when a white person actually makes a mistake, people are forgiving? But if a Black Indigenous person of color makes a mistake, why do we have to be punished so hard, you know? Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone.
But there's a big difference on the severement of punishment or that we get for making a mistake. Or there's a severe way of giving forgiveness, you know? What is it so wrong about a black indigenous person of color of liking Fiverr, of finding the craft enjoyable, you know? What is it so difficult to say a hello? What is it so difficult to politely ask questions, you know? What is it so difficult to say, like, hey, I want to get to know you better as a person. Let me hang out with you, you know? It has happened so many times when I have gone to knitting groups in Germany that people don't talk to me because basically I know that I'm too different from them. They don't know what to ask. They don't want to ask anything. I understand that my culture is different. But that does not mean that I am against your culture. I just simply grew up somewhere else that is not in the German society. I've been into spinning groups and I have been searching my place where I can actually go to spin, knit, talk to people. And I have been confronted with the fact that people ignore me. And then, of course, they assume that you don't speak the language properly or good enough. And then you hear comments of, oh, this scheiße nigger, or, ugh, diese Ausländer, and they make like comments about foreigners in front of me, thinking that I don't understand what they're saying, you know? You don't know how many times I tried actually making an Ausbildung. And when I got a good grade, a lot of people were telling me like, oh no, the reason why you got a good grade is because you're exotic. They have pity on you because of this. It's it's an emotional toll. Yes, I haven't been talking about this in Instagram because I feel like, why should I pour my heart? You know, why should I keep talking about my experiences as a person of color in Germany when people don't want to listen to it? I am so disappointed sometimes in so many people, especially when our allies, the white people who said that are our allies, they don't even actually say like, hey, you know, support this person instead of for this month at least, or at least like, hey, I want to collaborate with this person of color or with this black indigenous person of color, you know? They don't. And it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing to see that many of them started talking against racism and then they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. Many of them just simply squirrel themselves out because They're afraid of the backlash that they're gonna get because that might affect their cells. I'm sorry, but what about us? What about this group who has been marginalized, who has been confronting this for ages, and you're just afraid that someone is going to tell you, well, I'm not going to follow you anymore? You have the power of changing shit around, and you don't want to do it. It's disappointing. It honestly is. So yes, I am disappointed on the crafting community sometimes. I sometimes wonder, like, why do we keep even doing this? I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm emotionally tired. And then there's just silence. And guinea pigs. Sorry, the post officer arrived, and that actually has thrown me off a little bit from my rambling, honestly. Yeah, this... I think I'm just gonna leave it over here. I honestly needed to express my frustration, my anger, my disappointment, my feelings, thoughts. I know that that was very rambly. I know that yeah. I honestly don't know what to think about this podcast at the moment. And yeah, I honestly just wanted to express my feelings as a person of color. I really hope that you guys are having a really nice day. And a really nice rest of the week, and we will see each other in the next episode. Bye.